Hello guys, and in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be doing something a little bit different here. And as you can see, we have two drivers running practice right now. This is Ruckus in the blue Supra and Dura in the E36 here. Now what they're going to be doing is they're going to be battling head to head in the four newest comp maps. And whoever has the most points from each map, because every map is a point, whoever wins the most battles basically gets the win overall in today's video. So that being said, let's get right into this. I'm going to be looking at line, I'm going to be looking at angle, and also I'm going to look at proximity. This will be for the chase driver. Basically, I'm not worried about the chase driver hitting all the zones necessarily. I'm more focused on his kind of proximity from the lead driver and also the mimicking from the lead driver, or from the chase driver to the lead driver. So when I say go, that's when you guys can flash your lights. So up first, we're on Atlanta. Let's see what's gonna happen here. And I think they're ready to go. So let's get right into this. Go. I didn't know I was gonna put that into words there, but we're all good. Alright. So, pretty good launch from both drivers here. Let's see what's going to happen. Dura out front in his E36, a little wavering into that initiation. Ruckus holding it back a little bit, just seeing what's going on as we go up into the keyhole. Dura absolutely pretty good with his angle there. Ruckus finally getting into the chase here. Dura's lead is pretty solid. Ruckus was a little bit far back, but maybe he knows something that we don't. And it seems he's keeping a little bit tame there. Whenever you guys are ready to go, you guys can do it. So, go. Alright. Here we go. Ruckus with the lead. Let's see what happens on this run. Nice initiation. Dura getting right into the pocket, hitting Ruckus a little bit though, causing him to be a little bit offline. But it kind of works out pretty well. Dura getting back into it here. Ruckus doing really good with all of his zones though. Okay. Dura playing it a little bit safe at the end there, which is actually could pay off for him, who knows. But that contact is a little bit bad though. This one, I think Atlanta, I'm going to be giving it to Ruckus because I think it was the most cleanest overall. The contact could have been from maybe speed or maybe something happened, but from my eyes, I think Ruckus took this one, that's for sure. This is the second map. We're on St. Louis. Ruckus leading the first run and Dura in chase. So let's see what happens. So go right ahead. There we go. Perfect, right on time. Alright, Ruckus with the initiation. This track is a little bit messed up. I should be on Dura actually. Dura running a little bit inside to try and catch up to Ruckus here. Finally starts to get into the pocket a little bit here. Ruckus with a very, very nice line throughout this map. Dura correcting, over spinning and into the wall. Oh, he got his wheels caught on the rumble strips and it just didn't let him up. Alright, switch the battle around here and let's see what happens. So you guys are good to go. There we go, that's what I should say. Alright. They're with a lead here. Let's see what's gonna happen. You guys are good to go. Flash, flash, awesome. They're getting out super strong. Ruckus putting it right, really good angle. Wow. Dura seems to be taking it a little bit slower, trying to make sure his car is just on the line. Caused him to have a little bit of rough angle though. A little bit of corrections from both people. Both of the tap, that... I think that's a leader's fault because Ruckus was following Dura's lead. I think this map will also go to Ruckus. Alright, Ruckus leading first, Dura with the chase. This is Daytona. And let's see what's going to happen on this map. Currently Ruckus is ahead, but who knows, anything can change. So they are good to go. with the flash, Ruckus with the flash, all good. Ruckus taking his time there, obviously with a couple incidents, but that's okay. Going to initiation, really, really good, really solid from Ruckus there with the angle. Dura holding back a little bit. Seems like he couldn't get into gear. Ruckus going off the track. That's 2 wheels off. Hate to see it. Causing him to miss the 2 zones. Dura also spinning out. This is a mess on the lap. Wow. Alright. They are switched around. We'll see what happens. Let's go. Dura with flash. Ruckus with flash. All good. Here we go. They're getting out of the gate pretty well. Let's switch to Ruckus here to see this. Dura with a nice initiation. Ruckus also, wow, subtracting a lot of angle to get up into the lead driver. He doesn't. Ruckus did say he has a little bit of trouble keeping up. And I'm going to say that was Dura's fault for leading him into that, which means they both had something wrong with their run, so I think that's an automatic OMT. First OMT of the video, let's see what happens. Ruckus back in the lead, and Dura back in the chase. So, let's see what happens. You guys are good to go. Alright, both flashed. Let me switch to Dura here. Alright, initiating. Ruckus with a big waller initiation. I like that angle. Can he keep the car on the track? He can. Wow, that was really good through that zone. Using a little bit of brake. Dura giving him a little bit of a tap. Cannot slow down enough. That is all good though. It did affect him a little bit, but not enough to really call him out for it. Ruckus subtracting a little bit of angle just to get the car going a little bit more. That was cool. Alright. Really great run from both drivers. They're in the lead. Whenever you guys are good to go, you guys are good to go. That doesn't make sense, but let's run it. Dura with the flash, Ruckus with the flash. Here we go. They're getting out of the gate pretty well, of course. I'm going to go to initiation. Initiation, really, really good. Ruckus did have more angle. A little bit of a twitch there. I don't know what that was about. Trying to get back into the pocket. Dura doing very, very well with his zones. Ruckus staying a little bit further back. Cars are a little bit different, so Dura doing really good with his lead though. So I would say that Dura did have a little bit more proximity on Ruckus, obviously because he was a little bit closer. Ruckus, I feel like, had a better initiation overall because he really just threw the car in there. But I'm going to have to give it to Dura because he was a little bit closer. But both very, very good runs. I know Dura did have also a little bit of contact, but it didn't affect him too much. Yeah, so I'm going to give this to Dura, and let's move on to the final map. This is the final map. We got Ruckus in the chase and Dura in the lead, and we're also on Utah. So this map is definitely a little bit interesting, but let's see what happens. So I think you guys are good to go. Alright. Let's see. Both flashing, both drivers getting out pretty good. Oh wait, never mind, I was in the wrong one. I said the wrong thing. It's fine. Post for a reason. Alright. Ruckus in the pocket there, and really, really good. Dura a little bit struggling, I feel like, because he's kind of has to dip out of the zones. Ooh, very, very bad correction there. Don't like to see that, but overall good run. I'll correct this. Alright, actually this time, the last run does count, but got it wrong. Dura is now in the lead, and Ruckus is now in the chase. So, with that being said, let's see what happens this run. You guys are good to go. Can't believe I messed it up. Alright, Dura flash, Ruckus flash, it's all good. Here we go. Let's see how initiation goes for Dura in front. Ruckus with a big swing. Dura offline, dropping his wheels. a little bit of a straighten. Ruckus doing his best to keep it on track. It's very, very good and not too bad. Obviously, would like him to be a little bit more in the zone, but I'm not really counting zones as much. I'm more just for proximity. Ruckus is a slower car here. Dura, the rest of the run, doing really good though. Dura dropped a couple of wheels throughout the track, which on initiation he dropped 2. Don't like to see that. He also did a really bad correction in chase. So really both great runs, but I think Ruckus deserves a win on this one because he had the more cleaner lines overall, and although he wasn't as close to Dura as Dura was to Ruckus, but those corrections and the little things add up, and I think Ruckus deserves a win on that one. But if you guys want to run it back, you guys can. But I think Ruckus takes the win on that one. So Ruckus is the winner for today's video. If you guys enjoyed any part of this, consider hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to know when I upload and save the day. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.